Oh, okay. So you want to have some art up in the lobby of Pain Freaks?
Yeah. So I really been like thinking about like trying to put on like solo shows for a lot of artists that I think are dope and like that do just like crazy art that like no one else does, and it's like their style is unique to only them.
Sure.
And I really want to like just do a bunch of small solo shows in the front of the shop, and that way it's not so much it's people coming in and being more intimate with the artwork than you come in and it's a guy performing.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing, if it's a person in the show and they're performing, even if the art is right in front of you, you're trying to figure out what is that noise, what's going on, what's that music, let me go see what that is.
Sure.
Instead of you being like, let me digest this artist's work.
Mm-hmm.
Let me figure out who this artist is, and so I can learn more about this artist personally.
Okay.
So if you take away the music aspect of it and you just have the art and maybe like drinks and refreshments and stuff like that, and it's just the artist, you have no choice but to interact with the artist, interact with the art, ask questions, network with people that are there for the art, or people that are there for the artist, or people that's just there for the drinks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just making it more of an intimate setting than to make it a party. Because if it's a party, you're only there to have a good time with the music, and that's it. I want people to get more, you know what I'm saying, introduce themselves more to the artists and learn more about the artists of our city. And that's literally the way I think about doing it.
There's a lot of people that are very, very talented that have been doing this shit for years.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
And I'll talk to people, other artists, and be like, hey, have you heard about them? And they're like, no. I'm like, are you serious?
Like they're here. Like, you've never...
They've been doing their thing for over a decade, and they're out there.
So it's like... And then that's why I feel like our art community is so divided, and like everybody have their little cliques. But the thing about it is, even when you put together a show, it's only bits and pieces of those little cliques that come to a show, or it's only that little clique that come to the show. So it's like now you have to start building it up and introducing different people to. You know what I'm saying? Different artists of the scene. So now it's not just, oh, okay, I'm just going to support this one artist that I know about. You know about all of these artists that's a part of the city. And now the art scene grows because it's more people getting introduced to more artists.
And if you're a fan of art, if you go to art shows and you love artists and you want Birmingham to have more art, and you go to a show and you buy a $10 print from them every year, that's doing a big, it doesn't seem like a lot, but if everybody does that,
I feel like if not only that, if you have more frequent art shows with quality art being shown, that's more people being interacted with it, and more people being taught about actually buying art, purchasing art.
There's a lot of people that don't even know.
It's a lot of people that'll hit you up and be like, "Hey, I want you to come paint at this show." And you be like, oh, okay, so how much are y'all paying? Oh, no, it's free. We're gonna give you exposure. So you telling me you want me to bring my canvas, and you also want me to actually sit here for 4 hours and paint live, and then you're not gonna buy the artwork after the show. Why am I spending 4 hours with you and painting on a canvas that I'm not gonna get paid for? Exposure.
That could be line work on a sleeve.
Yeah, like you talking about, and then they hit you with exposure, and it's just like, okay, if I do, you really don't have that huge of a problem. How are you going to give me exposure? What type of exposure are you talking about?
Because if Shia LaBeouf said, "Hey, can you come live paint at my party?"
Okay, that's exposure. That's Shia LaBeouf. It's Shia LaBeouf. You know, like, but the thing about it is people who probably have about 2,000 followers, or they maybe a radio personality or something like that, and they just really want to figure out what element they can add to their show to add some excitement. But then
that's a good thing.
They're gonna pay the DJ. They're gonna pay the performer. They're probably gonna pay the security. They're definitely paying the security guard. You're paying the person who's making the drinks. You're also paying the person who's sitting at the door taking the tickets. You're telling me as an artist, you cannot pay me to be an extra attraction to your event.
part of my mission statement, Magic City Mural Company is obviously about doing murals, but I've been live painting since my freshman year in college. It's been forever, and I've been doing it on stage, to the side of the stage, in the crowd, whatever the fuck, for years.
Yeah.
My entire life. And I know I am here to, I really want to make sure, before I die, live painters are paid just like musicians.
They are supposed to.
Yeah.
They are literally supposed to. Like, if you're live painting in Atlanta, unless it's an event you're putting on, they're paying you because you're a part of the crowd coming in. Yeah. Like, you're also on the bill that's helping more people come into the show. Why shouldn't I get paid to paint live? So, and even if you pay a person to paint live, then that opens up the door for you to be like, okay, am I keeping the piece afterwards? Right. Are you paying me to create a certain piece?
Are you auctioning off the piece?
Like something, because
do I have a tip jar?
Something.
Period.
So, and then there's people who want you to paint live in their event, and they got you painting in some dark corner. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so
if they got you painting on stage next to the band, that's one thing. That's
yeah, but even then, they still got you on stage in a dark corner.
You gotta bring your own lights, man. You see my lights?
Like, I see. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you want me to paint live, and you want me to promote the show just as hard as the person that's performing. I'm also performing as well.
I'm happy to meet somebody who's as passionate about this as I am, because I've had a lot. I've been in charge of live painters for music festivals. It's gonna happen.
Like,
they're gonna fucking pay.
It sound crazy. It sound crazy because, okay, if I have the same follow, if not the same amount of following as the people that's performing, why shouldn't I get paid? Yeah. If you're paying the person who's patting people down, why shouldn't I get paid? Yeah. If you're paying to rent the venue, what makes you think
everybody's getting paid with me?
Everybody, if I'm promoting it just as much as everybody else, and I'm bringing in, even if I bring in 30 people, if you're charging $10 at the door, you know what I'm saying, the 30 people that I brought to the door just accumulated you $300.
So 200 of that is.
So can I at least get 150? Yeah. Like, maybe, like something. So
I think 200
like,
4 hours.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, then.
And the more in demand you are, the more they pay you.
Yeah. So it's just like, I'm a part of the reason why the event could be a success. So why not?
And I think people discount live painting. It's a real art form. In like France, they sell out, concert halls, and there's a guy with a canvas that big, 6 foot by 8 foot, and they put on music, and he has it planned out, and he paints it, and it's a show.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, if that's a thing everywhere else, why isn't it a thing here?
Well, you may start the Artist Live Painters Union in Birmingham. Nobody works for free anymore.
Yeah, man.
That actually sounds great.
For real, to be honest, man, because like and it's not me just trying to make it seem like it's just about the money and this and that. Like, if you, as an artist, if you don't have people respect you and show you your worth, they will always try to hit you with the, I got you some exposure.
Oh yeah, everybody wants something for free.
Like, here,
if you give it to them, they'll
pay your bill with this exposure I got. I got a cup of it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, I can't pay that. I can't pay no bill. I can't even go buy any more canvases with this exposure.
I have, in my younger days, I did live paint for a charity, and then at the end of the night, some guy asked me if he could have, one of the members of the charity asked me if he could have it, and for some reason I said yeah, and he just took it, and I was like, afterwards I was like, oh.
I think I got paid to paint live. No, I got paid to paint live twice, and one of them was for Art on the Rocks.
Oh, cool. That's good.
And the other one was for not Juneteenth. It was something for the Birmingham Civil Rights Museum.
Oh, cool.
It was something for them. I really don't remember. But I got paid to paint live there too. So it's like, people pay you. You just gotta be on it. You gotta let them know, because if you don't make them respect your craft, they never will.
The best business advice I've gotten so far is, like, if you bid something and they can't afford it, move on to the next person. Or if they don't want to pay you, just say no thank you.
Just tell them no.
Yeah.
I'm learning that now.
Yeah. Well, it took me 30 years.
So. And let nobody make you feel bad about wanting to do something for free.
What you got going on, and where can we see your work?
You can find me on Facebook at Art by Tay for my art page and tattoo page, Strap Brand for the clothing brand, or my personal page, Devontae Holt. Instagram, you got art_by Tay for my art and tattoo page, and you have Strap Brand for the clothing brand, and you also have Pain Freaks for the tattoo shop.
What's the address?
Pain Freaks is 2209 Sweet Bee, Birmingham, Alabama. Wait. Ooh, I messed up. Ooh, I messed it up.
Yeah, you did.
2209. I just messed it up again. It's 2209. Shut up. I'm trying to tell him. 2209 Bessemer Road, Sweet Bee, Birmingham, Alabama, 35208. Yeah.
You got any shows coming up you want people to show up for?
I'm working on a small solo show that I'm trying to do in January. Don't know the exact date just yet. But it's gonna be called Getaloadofme. It's gonna be mostly illustrative work, mostly marker art on some type of paper. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Man, no problem, man.
Tell everybody your social media and where we can see.
Cody Banks on IG. Call me Banks. You can see all my tattoos and a couple of paintings and artwork I have on there. And Twitter, Body Art by Banks. You can follow me on there too.
Thank y'all for coming by, man. That was incredible. That worked out.
Yeah, that Twitter name hard, right?
Thanks for coming by. Thank you guys for watching.
Appreciate you
it.
for having us, man.
And stop in next time. Yeah, I think that was good. Okay. I'd watch it.
Yeah. What up, Jack?